Going in 10. 3, 2, 1, go.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Salty Hive Experience. Today we have, oh wait, you've been here before. What are we gonna do? Should we swabberoo?
Welcome to the Salty Hive Experience. You've got a new host. First and last time I'll be in this chair, so enjoy it. We want Coach Liv's story. She's been putting in a lot of effort into this podcast, and we've talked to myself, to Trish, to Samantha, and now we're talking to you. So probably my style will be a little different than Liv, so we'll see how this goes. Tell us your deepest, darkest secret, the thing that nobody else knows about you. Ready to go.
Do you guys want to hear something crazy about my belly button?
Yes. See, yes.
Not sometimes. I actually don't know if it still does, but when I was a kid, when I go pee, it sucks in. So it's an outie belly button, but when
Until
I
you pee.
It goes innie. That's my deepest, darkest secret.
We got the PP innie. That's what it's called. The PP innie button.
That's my deepest, darkest secret.
I love that you just shared that right out there. Talking about
I'm trying to be
pee and belly buttons.
Trying to be vulnerable.
Okay, Olivia Rose Allen, right?
Yes.
You're the youngest of five?
Four.
Grew up where?
West Jordan, Utah.
Okay. Mom and dad.
Mom and dad were...
Tell us about your parents.
Okay, so my mom and dad divorced at 4 years old, but I was very fortunate. They always had a really decent relationship. So that personally, I don't feel like their divorce ever affected me. Maybe therapy would tell me differently.
Maybe affected you not in some way, but not totally negative.
Right. It was never my parents fighting. It was never whose house are we going to be at this weekend? Where are we going to be for Christmas? My mom was very, and she still is very much about her kids. And at the end of the day, it didn't matter the differences she had with my dad. That's her kid's dad, father, and she wants him to be a part of our lives. So it was never a problem for just calling our dad if we wanted to go get lunch, or he came over for holidays still. He still does. So it's they've always had a really good relationship. I don't even remember them ever being married. So overall, good.
West Jordan, when they separated, they both stayed in West Jordan? Do you remember?
I don't know where my dad went right away.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that my dad lived with my mom's dad for a while, in his basement for a while, post-divorce. Mm-hmm. And then I also know he lived with, I just can't remember the order of everything. He lived with his grandma for a long time, but that grandma raised him, so it's pretty much his mom, my grandma. And so he also got remarried a little bit down the line, got redivorced. He's now in Taylorsville, but still super close to us. So yeah, he's still around, still in the picture. We see him all the time. So
you, right away from the divorce, you started living with your mom full time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe, again, it's funny when people ask me this, I feel like I never know the nitty gritty details, because not that I don't care, but it's just I'm okay with just being in my present moment and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So, but I'm pretty sure they had a court order, maybe every other weekend or something, but my mom only had that in place if she felt like she needed it, and she never felt like she needed it. So it was kind of just at least from my memory, very free for all. Mm-hmm. We could go with dad whenever we wanted.
And it sounds like they worked well together for the most part.
Yeah. Yes, it was I feel very fortunate in that, because I've definitely seen the opposite spectrum where kids are being pulled either way, and it's just, so I feel very fortunate.
Yeah, and parents that are they're on different pages. Right. And so it's they go to dad's house and they do one thing, they go to mom's house and they're doing another. So,
right.
Yeah, so I feel like ever since we got to know each other, I've seen similarities in us for a number of different reasons. And I don't know if we've talked about that, but that's like exactly my experience. I think I was 3 or 4. I don't remember my parents together, but they stayed in the same town. But my world growing up was crazy. I want to say regimented. I don't know if that's the right word, but like crazy structured. But when I say it, people are like, man, that sounds like chaos. But forever, elementary through junior high, Mondays and Wednesdays were my mom's, Tuesdays and Thursdays were my dad's nights, and every other weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like I had 2 homes, 2 closets, 2 lists of chores, like, and people are like, dang, how did you keep track of that? But it was just natural. Like, I still almost feel like on a Tuesday night, it like still, like somewhere deep down in my inner child is like, it's dad's night. Like, or it's like, oh, I should be with mom on Wednesday night. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
that's how so I have 2 nieces that have, 3 nieces that have like different
Split
split
custody.
families. And that's kind of how it is for most of them too. It's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are mom, but then on Wednesday they go with dad, and then they're with dad Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then they switch weekends. So it's similar, but like it feels routine for them too. Like it doesn't feel chaos or anything.
yeah, I think similarly, I'm sure there are some type of like deep-rooted trust issues from the divorce or something, but I think it made me the type of person I am, and like being able to kind of like go with unpredictability and like make home of something that doesn't have to be like just one place or whatnot.
Yeah.
And then like families are dynamic regardless of divorces, and then you add in a divorce, it just becomes even more. But family is like the root of relationships, and I think if you get good practice with your family, like my family is very mixed, but we're also really tight.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I feel like it definitely shaped me a lot, mainly because like of my mom. So like what happened is once they got divorced, my mom I don't know if she was working, but she wasn't working like something that can support us. And so once they divorced, my mom was like, I have to find something and I need to find it fast. So she went back to school, she got a nursing degree, she was working nights, going to school, taking care of 4 kids, and so seeing her play mom and dad was like, it was just like, I feel like it set me up for success, honestly. Like, I could do anything as a woman, or like very much like I don't really need a man, and independence and like all that stuff. Obviously, like I don't want to be alone or whatever, but she I feel like
you're not dependent
growing
on
up,
it.
I never felt dependent on that, and it also it made me grow up so fast. I was doing my own laundry in 1st grade. Right? Like, not that she wouldn't do it, but I was fine doing it, and I made my own meals.
She probably helped teach you how to do it,
right?
Right.
And I made my own meals, and I don't know, did a lot of independent things from pretty young. So.
Yeah, I have a similar feeling about my dad. Towards the end of junior high into high school, I chose to live with my dad fully, just so I don't have to bounce back and forth. But I didn't really realize it then, but in hindsight, looking back, like seeing him clean the house and cook and grocery shop, doing more traditional mom roles, it was just like, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but like Trisha's family is very traditional. Like the mom cooks the food and cleans, and like the dad just like doesn't do that stuff. And I just appreciated my dad's ability to, and right away, he wasn't a good cook right away, but like he became a really good like house dad, if you will. So, okay, we got a little ahead of ourselves. You said
Already.
You said that you don't remember them together. What are some like early memories of you, like as a person, as a child, as an athlete? Like, what are some things that you enjoyed doing?
Okay, so good question.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Some memories of me, and I feel like most of my memories are like, especially as I look back, is like, I was not like a regular kid. Like, I had a lot of weird quirks, So
Give us an example.
Okay, so one of my I'm trying to think of a good weird quirk. I used to make cookies for my family every single Sunday.
Okay.
And just like that was like routine for me. It was either
How
cookies.
old do you think you were?
I was definitely under 6th grade.
Okay.
So I was in that range because it was in my very
8,
first.
9, 10, 11.
Yeah. So I would like do weird stuff like that. I would like make decorations for all of our parties, like in my little room with like my craft table.
You were festive?
Yes,
and
I
excited
do
about
love
things?
festivities.
It's weird.
Another like funny thing and kind of weird quirk about me is when I was younger, I was deathly terrified of being kidnapped. Like I couldn't walk, like horrible. I couldn't leave the house. When I had to walk home from school, I ran. Like that's what or sped walk. That's why I walk so fast now. Is like what would happen is I'd speed walk with all the kids because I didn't want them to think I'm weird. And then I'd turn the corner to get to my house and I would sprint to go home.
Does your neighborhood like scary?
Nope. It was just a sweet Mormon neighborhood. Like nothing was scary. It was like something weird clicked in my head and just like instantly terrified me.
You think like a movie or something?
It was a movie in school. I remember it like vividly. It was so stupid. It was this alien guy who had this watch that takes him back in time. And we like watched it during safety week. And what would happen is this stupid guy got kidnapped every day. And like the alien would get kidnapped every day, but he would just like go back in time. And then one day it was like his neighbor that kidnapped him and he didn't wear his watch. So now he's just like kidnapped. And I don't know why. It freaked me out so bad. But I was just like, every single person in this world's a kidnapper. I'm going to be kidnapped.
Did you ever have anything scary like that happen?
Never. I've never had a bad experience.
Cooking cookies, decorating the house. What did you say? Unnecessarily fearful of being kidnapped.
Right.
To the extent you would run when you were.
Yeah.
Were you ever like at home by yourself and you'd like lock all the doors and batten down the hatches? Like what are some other things you would do?
Like for instance, I wouldn't really leave the house by myself ever. Or like my friends would be like, will you walk me home? And I'd be like, no. And then they'd be like, why? And I didn't know how to express it. So like I'd just go cry. And then my mom would be like, you need to leave. Because I'd be
You upset.
I'd be crying in the bathroom.
You said you couldn't express it, like you didn't know why you didn't want to walk them home or you didn't want to tell them?
I think it was more like I was embarrassed. Like, why is nobody else afraid of this? And like, why am I so afraid of this? And like, it was very debilitating.
Were you
honestly.
ever told, like, was your mom like, Liv, you're too worried about it. You shouldn't be worried. Like, were you ever told to not think that way?
Probably. But I think that also my mom just like understood that it was an anxiety thing that I kind of had to get through on my own.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out why you felt embarrassed about it. So if like
I don't know.
adults are telling you to stop thinking that way, then
I don't know.
You're going to be like.
I've always been like really embarrassed of crying. And like that stuff made me cry. So not embarrassed of crying, but like what would happen is I would like almost cry. And then my older siblings would be like, are you about to cry? And I'd be like, no! And then I would just like bawl, and I hated that. So I feel like maybe it was like the crying thing. Like I didn't want to cry in front of them. But
and
it was.
When you cried, you would like run away and hide to cry?
Yeah, I would usually like walk away, like leave.
I would, when I was embarrassed, surprise, surprise, I cried a lot. But when that would happen to me, I'd get mad and like attack my brother and like this like mean crying face, like freak out rage.
That's funny.
Then I was like, it was reinforced. People would say like, dude, you get so scary when you get mad like that. And so then it was just like this thing that like, if I got mad and sad and angry and chased you, like I'm scary, so you better run. Like,
that's funny.
Like this thing.
Yeah, I was very emotional as a kid. Like and it wasn't like emotional like if someone said
because
something.
Because your parents separated, that's why.
Therapy. This is therapy.
People.
It's so stupid, but like it's not stupid actually. I think it really defines who I am today, and it like makes a lot of sense. But like it wasn't like I would be offended when people called me names, but like when I watched sad movies or music videos or like even happy music videos or happy movies, like I cry every time. Still to this day, I cry at like those types of things.
I feel like it's related to your passion. Like you're passionate about it. You see something that motivates you or that makes you feel a certain way, you're gonna feel it 2, 3, 4x more than the next person because it's like you're passionate about it.
For sure. Yeah, that's what my siblings would do to make me cry, is they would make me watch music videos. And I would cry, and my mom would be like, turn it off!
That's funny. I remember telling myself that I can't remember what it was before, or I think it was like I'm easily influenced, but then as I age, I'm like, I just feel like I can become passionate about, like I'd go, I don't know, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, I'd like watch a cop movie, like Mark Wahlberg, and he's like a cop and like trying to make it, and I'm like, I'd leave that movie theater and be like, I want to be a cop. That's what I'm doing. Like so I was just like easily influenced, easily like induced with passion about something small, like whatever, dog rescue movie. I'm like, that's what I need to do with my life. Like, and it usually wouldn't last for very long, but then the next thing it was like I
feel that heavily. Like I get way passionate and obsessive about things, but I take that like, and I know that about myself. So like when I'm about to enter a new thing I'm like, I might like really get into this. So like, is this what I want?
Yeah.
Like,
I think, and kind of coming full circle, from my perspective, is because you care a lot and you're confident in that you can do things good. Like, I don't want to say better, but it's like, oh, if I got into that, I could make that better, or like I could add value to that thing. So
right, definitely.
Okay, so fearful of being kidnapped, but also decorating the house and making cookies. When did you start doing athletics, or when did you first feel like an athlete?
So I did like soccer growing up a little bit, dance a little bit. I dabbled in the theater a little bit. But my very first thing that I loved was cheer. And so what happened was it was Bring a Friend to Cheer Day at our rec center, and my neighbors did cheer at that time for Fusion. That's the cheer team that I cheered for.
Bring a friend to like Fusion cheer?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and Fusion cheer was a rec league. We had as much gymnastics pads as we have in this CrossFit gym.
Okay, so at that time, Fusion was at the rec center. Okay.
It was not...
They didn't have their own space.
No, okay. And it was tiny. Our owner at the time was like 19.
And how old were you? Do you remember?
7. Yeah, so I was 7. They took me to...
Did you play sports before this? Like soccer?
Not really. Nothing that I like stuck with. Nothing that I loved.
Okay.
And so 7 years old, they took me in.
Did you tumble or do anything, gymnastics? This cheer was the extent of everything. Okay.
Yes. So started, and I went to a couple practices, and I remember sitting there and being like, this is so stupid. I will never do this. Like, and I think a little part of that, I think a little part of that was me just like being in denial that like I wasn't going to like it. And it's funny because like I actually don't remember me being like, this is stupid, but my mom tells me that I was like that. So I don't remember why I was like that or like what brought that up, but people have told me that that's what I would do. Or like my old cheer coach would be like, I would come and like watch practices and just like eavesdrop on their conversations, but I wouldn't participate.
What were you into before cheer? Like,
it's funny. I feel like
dolls or what?
It's
like
really funny. I feel like I don't
Legos,
remember much before I started
avoiding
cheer.
Being kidnapped?
Yeah. Actually, it probably happened around the time that I was in cheers, the kidnapping thing. I feel like when I started cheer, like that's when memories, I can really remember things better.
Yeah, 7.
I don't remember much before that.
Second grade, right?
Yeah, 7, yeah.
Or first grade?
Yeah, I don't remember that much before that, to be honest. But
okay, so you're a little reluctant. You go to Bring a Friend Day. You obviously come back.
Right. And I don't
like the
remember.
Next day, the next week?
I don't remember.
Okay.
That's a good question. But I remember, I don't even feel like I remember my very first year of cheer. I did it, I was on like a lower team. So there's 2 teams. There's a lower team, I think it was called like beginner, and then there was the senior team.
Okay.
And so the first year I was on the beginner team, and I was just there, and I don't remember anything about it. But the next year I was on the higher team, and I just like fell in love with it. Like full dive, head first, like fusion everything, fusion tattoo on my face.
Do you remember why? Like, was there a girl that was older than you that you looked up to? Was there like, you wanted to be able to tumble? You like, do you remember what intrigued you?
It's a
Or
good
like a day
question,
that
because
you're
I'm
like,
really,
"Ooh, I love this."
I'm not sure what it was that intrigued me, and I don't even really remember
I'm
those
full of good
days.
questions.
You
See?
are, yeah.
Thanks,
Sorry,
dude.
I'm going to tell you that all of them are good. I don't remember exactly like what the turning point was, but my neighbors were doing it. They were older than me, and I honestly like, looking back, I'm like, I honestly think I liked that I had built-in friends. Like I loved that, like I got to go and hang out with my friends and had a community and all that stuff. Don't get me wrong, cheer was really fun, flipping and doing stunts, and back then it was fun because like we weren't necessarily competing at the time, and our cheer coach was just there because this is what she wanted to do, and she was like a nurse full time, and then she like just did this cheer thing on the side, so we would do like weird stuff, like we would just try stuff. And I just thought it was really,
Like
really
stuff
fun.
that you and your peers came up with, or stuff that your coach
both,
came up with?
Both.
Okay.
So, or like we would see like a stunt happen, and we'd be like, let's try it. And it would be so sketchy because we're on basketball floors, like
With mats though, right?
very few. There was times when we would, it's so bad. So imagine this is the basketball floor. We'd have a mat here, 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 and this was all basketball floor, but that's what we tumble to, was the mat. Because that's
Like I gotta make it to the mat before I fall.
Exactly. So
awesome.
those early day videos are pretty good. Like
That's
they're
cool.
fun.
I know a lot of this about you already, and I didn't realize that your early day fusion days wasn't like this thing, like this facility, this whole like organized cheer, like highly competitive, like cutthroat.
Yeah. Nope.
What are the videos, the movies of the cheer?
Bring It On?
Yeah, like that, like the Bring It On.
It's nothing like it.
But like that, in terms of like I didn't realize that the organization you kind of grew with the organization.
Yeah. So that was actually a big thing with Fusion is I was probably in Fusion the second year, maybe third year that it was even a thing. And so we completely, we as a group and like the originals and us that stayed with Fusion, I feel like we grew it, which was like really cool to be a part of. So we started in this gym. Sometimes we would practice in the party room. Have you ever been in a party room of a rec center? It's tiny. Like how would we practice in
everywhere,
and it's like the ceilings aren't high. Like I would touch the ceiling when I'd stunt. Like that's what we started at. And
so it wasn't just you that became enthralled and passionate about it.
No, many of us.
Dozens?
Yeah, I would probably say for originals, I would probably say 12 to 15 of us.
Okay.
And like those are some of my best friends now.
Still, right?
Still, yeah. So, which is kind of fun. We weren't necessarily best friends right away, but like as we grew with the gym, like we became closer and all that stuff. So we started in this rec center. We got a little bit bigger. We moved to Academy West, which is a gymnastics gym. So we'd like rent out their space and we'd practice in this gymnastics gym. And then eventually we got big enough that we could buy our own space.
How many years into it did the move to the academy?
That's a good question. I don't remember. I'm not going to remember timelines very good.
All right. And then I want to get into CrossFit too.
Yeah.
So you did Fusion from 7 to 19.
And I was a cheerleader from 7 to 19. I started coaching from 13 to 22.
So you, from 13 to 19, you were a cheerleader athlete and a cheerleader coach. Mm-hmm. And so you would like do your session and then stay after for younger kids to come in? Or like what would that look like?
Or I'd come in on a different day and work with younger kids.
Okay.
So originally I did that because it helped pay for my cheer. Mm-hmm. And then I started just like loving it a little bit more, finding a little more passion for it. Obviously I'm young. I wasn't like the best coach in the world. I was more like a a mediator of the kids. And then I do remember have like a kind of a pivotal moment when I started like realizing that I was a good coach, is that we had this team, they're called Flash, that was their team name. But the
you
woman.
You were on the team or you were coaching
No,
this team?
This was just a team in our gym that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
They were a level 3 team, but they were like one of the best level 3 teams in the state.
Okay.
And so what happened is I was on Inferno, which was the highest team, and the coaches of Inferno also coached Flash together. So the owner, and her name is Chelsea, the other one. Emily's the owner, Chelsea was the other coach. So they also coached Flash together. The year after that, Emily took a step back from Flash, and Chelsea got to pick who coached with her, and she picked me. And so like that to me was really like special.
So Inferno was kind of like older girls and Flash was kind of younger
Yep,
girls?
Flash was younger girls.
Okay.
Yep, youth team. So that's like ages.
And how sexist of me to assume that that's just girls.
They're mostly
People,
females. They're
but
mostly females.
I should-
we had
I should be more
Inferno went
tolerant.
co-ed one year, but with co-ed teams, there's like 3 boys. Like,
Oh, so there is rules.
yes.
Okay.
Yep. The co-ed teams cannot go against the all-girl teams.
Okay.
So when she told me, like, I want you to coach me because I see, like, you have a lot of potential. I think you're a great coach, like, all those things, like, that was eye-opening for me. And, like, oh, like, I could be really good at this. And she wants me to help coach one of our best teams in the gym. Like, that's
You were
cool.
coaching at the time, though.
Correct.
But what you
Other
said,
teams.
you were kind of just
Mediating.
learning.
Right.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever a sport or activity that someone starts coaching day one and they're good at it.
For sure.
Like, even
Yeah.
if they have a bunch of knowledge, like, you got to figure it out. Okay. Anything else you want to say about the
About the
Fusion
cheer world?
timeline?
I don't think
I
so.
feel like I could probably like
a lot of stuff,
the
probably.
dramatics.
Yeah,
And
the
maybe
thing
I know
is-
more than I should.
The thing is about the cheer world is, and I always say this, I'm always like, I don't like cheer. I love Fusion. Like, at the end of the day, like, don't get me wrong, I liked cheer. It's really cool, and actually I still sometimes miss it because it's really fun. But like, at the end of the day, my passion lied at Fusion. I loved the owner, Emily, and I loved the gym. I loved the community. Like, it comes back to that community. I think I've just been born to be this person that like wants to be involved in communities.
We all need a
Yeah,
community.
For sure.
So
So like,
you've been lucky enough to have communities that, one, you're passionate about, and two, that you can like give back to.
for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
absolutely. So yeah, I didn't leave Fusion with any like hatred or anything like that.
Well, okay. Was it hard to? I remember talking to you
It
about
was.
that, and I don't want to. How I kind of remember it is like, part of me was like trying to convince you to stop.
Right.
More so because it's like I wanted you to coach here. I wanted you to like be here more, and it's like you can't be in 2 places at once.
For sure.
So like, not anything against Fusion, but I remember talking to you of the days that you were still coaching there, being like, dude, like, is that something you still want to do? Kinda. So it had to have been.
Yeah, it was hard. I mean, I guess the hardest part was leaving everybody. Like, and I think it was really hard, like, telling my boss. But she was also, it's hard to call her my boss because she was my coach my whole
Was
life.
she there from day one?
Yep, she was the 19-year-old
Oh,
that has built
dang.
this gym.
Dang.
So, yeah, so she
she
was
still
another,
there?
yes. So she was another,
You
like,
should get her on the podcast.
woman. She was another woman figure that like was like powerful and strong, and she gave me so much boy advice, and like she was a huge mentor in my life.
That's awesome.
So I feel like really lucky.
Get her on the podcast.
That would be
Would
fun.
that be awkward or not?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it'd be
Emily,
cool.
come on the podcast.
It'd be cool to hear her story.
Yeah, she does have a cool story. But yeah, so she built this thing, and then it was hard to tell her, but like she was actually really understanding, and she was like, okay, like I understand, like you've been here since you were 7, and so, like eventually I was gonna move on eventually. And so I think what it was for me, the decision I made was I had now been involved in this community, and I was like, I still love that community, but I'm ready to give my all to this one. And so like it felt hard to give it to both. And I wanted to like put my energy all into one.
Yeah.
And so that switch made it like a little easier, but yeah, it was hard.
Okay, how'd you find this community?
Okay, so funny story. Again, back in the past, my sister actually did CrossFit when I was younger. So like I had experience with CrossFit.
Right?
Meredith, yeah. So, and
What's
my
up,
brother.
Mer?
My
You better
brother.
be watching, dude. Share it, like and subscribe.
My brother also did CrossFit. I don't know who did it first. But my brother did CrossFit.
We'll let them figure that out.
Yeah, my sister did CrossFit. My brother's girlfriend at the time, now wife, did CrossFit with them.
Tall brother that came in during Bring the Friend.
Yes.
He's your only brother?
Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to get him back in here.
His name is?
Chandler.
Chandler. Sup, Chandler?
Yes. So I had experience with CrossFit because I would like go, they like did free Saturdays
like 14,
for friends.
15, 16?
Yep, 14. I would say, 14, 15, 16. So my sister found CrossFit, and this was really cool for me to see. So my sister was a teen mom, and she started this CrossFit thing, and she just became this like, again, another strong, powerful woman. She didn't take crap from anybody. She was like, you know what, I'm gonna take this teen mom thing by the hand, like by the reins, and just roll with it. She cut her hair like Miley Cyrus. She looked badass.
What year was this?
So
Like, how old were
I was
you?
probably 14 or 15. I was probably.
I guess how much older is she than you?
So she's 4 years older than me. She had a baby at 16, so I was 12.
12, yeah.
So she didn't start CrossFit till Mila was a tiny bit older. So I was probably 13 or 14 at the time. But I just saw her become like this.
Where did she start?
It was called
it
Fault
8
Line
over?
CrossFit is what it was called.
That's a cool name.
It was cool. It was like right on the fault
Yeah.
line of Utah. So it was cool. But I remember she would take me to some Saturday classes. So I had experience with CrossFit. I had lifted weights a little bit. I'd done some stuff. So I had experience with it. And I saw her become like this powerful woman. And I was like, I'm going to be like that one day. And at the time, actually, I remember going to that gym. And I think 14 or 15 years old, I could squat like 185, which was pretty good. And I remember a coach being like, dang, you're good. Like, maybe you should like come and do this. And the second someone puts any investment in me, I'm like, really? I'm like, no way, should I? So like that, instantly, if I wasn't so involved in cheer, I think I might have started doing CrossFit. But I couldn't do both. Like, there was just no way. Cheer was a full-time job outside of school. Yeah. So I really couldn't do both. But I remember him saying that and me being like, wow, maybe I am good at this. Later on down the road.
It's crazy what one, this is like message to our coaches, all the coaches out there, like what one little statement, like, and it's just like authentic, like, did you just squat 185 pounds? Like, dang, you're pretty good. Like, you should do this. And it goes about the class.
Absolutely.
Like, I guarantee he doesn't remember saying that, but it had an impact on you.
For sure.
We're going to take a moment, holler out Element. They haven't sponsored this podcast yet, but they could.
This is going to be a long podcast.
They could sponsor us. We stay salty. We love electrolytes. We love the ready to drinks.
Love it. That'd be awesome.
All right. Where were we?
Okay.
Whatever.
I know. We're
good.
40 minutes in.
I know, but we're just getting into the good stuff.
I know, we're doing good. Okay, so
25 minutes
So
left.
Just like for reference, I used to do vision boards. Like, I'm just that type of person, if you can't tell. So all my vision board had a CrossFit sticker on it. I knew I wanted to do CrossFit sometime in my life.
Like the branded, like.
Yeah,
like
either
what?
that or someone lifting a weight. So my sister was around during the Camille days. I actually remember when regionals was in Utah. Yeah. Me and my sister went.
I was here multiple years, but anyway.
There was one.
I
remember specifically Andrea Ager was in it, and
I remember there was like I don't know if it was Instagram, but oh my God, it's Andrea Ager. And I remember I don't know where, it was like just this funny thing. And I was sitting in these tiny little bleachers and she came walking by and I'm loud and obnoxious. I'm like, oh my God, it's Andrea Ager.
Oh my
She kind of looked up and started laughing.
That's
but yeah,
so
she
funny.
was big time.
Yeah.
she's in that. She's in like some of the OG videos. This one's a little brash, but there's like, it was like CrossFit where we turned 6s, like 6 out of 10, like hotness, into 9s, and she's in that with like the long socks.
Oh my
back in the
gosh.
day. So anyway, okay, Andrea Ager regionals.
Yeah, so that was just like the time period of when this was happening. And at this point, I was like, I am putting this in my future. Like, I am doing CrossFit in the future. Later down the road.
At regionals, you're like, whoa, this is
I don't know if it was at regionals, but I honestly
Around
probably
that
once
time.
that guy was like, you probably are good at this.
Yeah.
I was like, CrossFit,
Yeah.
I will do this. Like, I'll do this thing. And then later down the road, my brother worked at this place called JMP Performance. So that was a like place where high school boys or girls, strength and conditioning, they went in to work on their strength and conditioning for that. They had moved buildings, and Chandler opened a CrossFit side of that building.
Chandler, your brother.
So, and I don't know if he opened it, but he ran a lot of the classes. And at this point, I'm in high school, I remember, because I would go to CrossFit to school.
From CrossFit to school.
From CrossFit to school. It was in like Fort Union, so I would drive 25 minutes. I remember my brother hated me because he was the coach for the 5 a.m. class, and sometimes I'd be the only one to show up.
Like,
So he'd be like, when he woke up in the morning, he'd be like, I have to go because I know Olivia's going. Like, Olivia's going to be there. And so he would go because he knew that I'd go, and a lot of times it would just be me and one other person. But I didn't do that for that long, but I did that for a while too. So I had dabbled in CrossFit. I had done CrossFit classes. I'd done Murph before I started here. Then later down the road, we got through high school, went to college, and then this is kind of when Salty Hive came about. So I, been
was CrossFit New Life.
CrossFit New Life at the time. That's
You were
right.
the first people I told.
I know, that was
what
awesome.
We were naming
I felt
it.
so special.
Come here.
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm like, what do you need from me?
don't sign up under that name. We got a new name.
It was funny. But I had to take a PE class, and I saw CrossFit, and I'm like, what an opportunity.
Did you say this was while you were
in college?
at Slick, right?
Yeah.
Did you say that?
I said I was in college. I didn't say Slick,
Okay.
but yeah, I was at Slick. And beforehand, I had looked into doing a CrossFit gym, going to a CrossFit gym. But like, I'm kind of like, I know it's surprising, I'm kind of awkward. So like, me just like 18-year-old me just like showing up at a gym and being like,
Hi.
hey,
I
like want to try this. So
Well, that's fair. Like, gosh, that's such a good point because you've done it. Your sister's done it. Your brother's coached it. You've gone to your brother's classes coaching, and it's still hard for you to walk through the door.
For sure.
So like, if you're not a member out there and you're watching this, or like whatever, there's someone in your life that you can't get to walk through the door. Like, remember your first time walking through the door. Like, I think for everybody, it's awkward and hard.
And it's scary.
And it's like, it's always nice to have an excuse, whether that's a bring a friend day or
right.
you signed up for a PE
Right.
class.
It just was like the opportunity showed itself, and I was like, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So I signed up for it.
So a little context there. We used to have a contract with Salt Lake Community College where the students would sign up, they'd get 1 PE credit, and then they'd come here and do classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays twice a week, and they'd earn a credit. The previous owner set that up as like a way to get more people in here. I wanted to keep it going when I took over, mostly because I was passionate about it, because that's how I started out, like a true blue CrossFit gym. Like, I took that PE class. I fell in love with the methodology, the person who coached me. Like, I built a relationship with him, and so there's a lot of people. I don't want to start naming names because I know I forget people, but dozens of members that have stuck around for years from that class. So anyway, you found that class.
Yeah, so I found the class. I was like, this is a great opportunity. And then this is kind of funny because the first day of class, I was on time, but I walked in like 10 minutes late. So I was on time, but I sat outside in the parking lot.
Have you told me this?
I don't know, maybe. But it's kind of funny because
You sat out in your car?
yeah. So it's actually funny because I was actually known for the girl that was late every day. And at the time I was like, it's okay. But I'm not late. I'm not a late girl.
No. I remember you walked in late, and I'm like, you must be Olivia, like, and I'm sometimes kind of an asshole. And it's not like I'm trying to be mean. It's just like, that's how I break the ice. That's how I connect with people. I'm like, the class started 10 minutes ago, right? Like,
Right.
and you're just kind of like, yeah, sorry. And so then it was like a running joke all semester.
Right.
That, oh, you showed up on time today. Like, oh, surprise, surprise, you're a few minutes late or whatever.
Right. So that was my first impression of that was their first impression of me at this gym, as I was late.
What did you think of the asshole dude giving you shit about being late? Were you
I think
I
honestly can't remember exactly my first impression. But I want to say it's kind of funny because I was in the parking lot waiting, and I didn't think about this until we had started talking about it, but it was probably me sitting there being like, if I walk in that gym, I might be in. Like, I might be fully in. Like, I need to, like, and so I was nervous. Like, I feel like that's actually one reason I get nervous to try things, is because I'm like, I already got something. I don't need, like, another thing to, like, be obsessed with. And so I walked in, did my thing.
What was your first impression? Do you have one? Of the space, of
I don't know if not that I
class?
remember a first impression, but I remember leaving and, like, having a really good time.
Okay.
Like
fun, or that, like, oh, that was hard?
I think it was fun. I think I had a fun time. And I think...
Your first class was kind of small, right? Like
yeah,
6
I think
to
so.
10,
I don't think
maybe?
it was too big. I don't remember that deeply.
Because you did 2.
Yeah,
The
I did
second
do
one
2
was
semesters.
like the huge class.
Yeah, and the second, I was a part of the gym at that point, I think, during the second one.
Yeah.
So the first one, I had done it. At that point, Justin was like, randomly, he was like, okay, we're like, the open's here, so if like...
I remember it differently, but keep going.
He was like, the open's here, so if anyone wants to sign up, let me know. So I left the gym and went straight to school, and I signed up for the open on my laptop. It took me a second, but I did it. But I was like...
Yeah, it's like we had you're like used to the announcements. With the slick kids, some of them are awesome. Some of them are kind of pains in the ass because they don't show up. Mm-hmm. And then it's like retraining them all over from square one. And they're kind of stuck with us all semester. That's like my philosophy of no contracts. Like, if a member doesn't want to be here, I don't want them here. But like, we would get that from Slick all the time. Like, they'd sign up for it, they wouldn't cancel it, and they don't want to do it.
Right.
But if they show up, they're gonna lose the credit. And so whenever I would give an announcement, like, I'm not announcing our open party to the Slick kids because I don't want the Slick kids showing up to that. Like, they're like barely our members or whatever. But with the open, I love the open. We want as many people to participate. So it's kind of like, well, there's this thing coming up. Like, that's what I remember. I don't like vividly remember your class, but I know that I was like, should I even say anything about the open to the Slick kids? So you go, sign up.
So I go to school, I go to the library because I would usually leave from here to the library and study or pretend to.
Do homework.
Do homework. And I signed up for the open like right then and there, I remember. And then classes were Tuesday, Thursday. So on Thursday I went back and I was like, hey, I think I want to do that open. And he was like, oh, this is how you sign up? I'm like, no. I'm like, already signed up. Like, I'm ready to go. Yeah. And he's like, okay, show up at this time and do this thing and like whatever. So
yeah, that's how I remember it. And I feel like even up until that point, you were still kind of shy, kind of reserved. There'd be certain workouts where I'm like, she's doing pretty good. Like, she's moving good. Or like, I could tell you were athletic. You always showed up in your cheer leggings. But anyway, you like kind of slowly walk up and you're like, so that open thing. And in my head, I'm like, she has no idea what this is. Like, okay, well, you got to go to games.crossfit.com. Make sure you put Salted or CrossFit New Life. And you're like, yeah, I already did it. And it's like, oh. Okay, well, show up on Friday then at this time. Like, what? And so that was, from then on, I realized like your coachability, like the type of person you are. It's like, if I were to say jump, you're going to say how high, and you're going to already have jumped and like recorded it and like here, like this is like, and so it was kind of like you were a step ahead as from coach to athlete.
Right.
And so anyway.
So
First open.
Did that first open. I walked in. Akko
20?
Taco, 19. It was the year there was 2 opens.
Akko Taco.
I was Akko Taco.
That's awkward for the people that aren't 19 anymore.
So I walk in, and it was actually so funny because, first off, Boots was my
Judge.
team leader, and I had
Oh.
met him.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, he was my team leader, and I had met him through Slick because you were teaching him how to coach.
Okay.
So that was kind of nice. I had that. And then,
What was the theme?
I can't remember the first week's theme. I remember the Halloween theme because I dressed up.
Oh, this was the fall. Open.
This was the one where there's 2 opens in the year.
Dang.
So I remember the Halloween theme because I was like, can't wait to wear my Spartan stuff because I was a Spartan woman.
Oh, like Sparta?
Yeah. But I remember walking in, and I don't know, well, you obviously remember Hazley. Hazley?
Oh, yeah. Like
She knew my
Shorty?
sister, and she
Okay.
recognized me. So she was
Crazy.
like, you look just like, is Meredith your sister? And I was like, yeah. And so like that was kind of
I
nice
love
to like
Paisley.
break the ice. Like that was super helpful. And then you were quickly to run up to me and be like, I'll be your judge. This is the workout, whatever. Our first workout was 10 rounds for time of
Wall
the snatches and burpee over bar. 10 and 10, right?
19-1? Is that 19?
19.1, yeah. So
10 rounds of, I think, 9 ground to overhead, 10 burpee over your bar.
Oh, yes. I think you're right. Which is
could
funny.
clean and
I
jerk
didn't
or
finish
snatch.
at that time. We did that before the open this year, and I got it in
like 7 minutes.
Yeah, it was really
probably.
fast.
Yeah,
So I was
6.
like, that was really cool to see the progress. But yeah, so I did that. The next week, I don't remember. Oh, the next week was the one Justin messed up my whole workout. He like
Messed up the weights. Right?
Yeah, he messed up the weights of the workout. Or actually, that was week 3. So week 2, I tried to do toes to bar. Boots.
Was this 5 week?
Ooh, it might have been.
I think it was.
It might have been 5 weeks.
Ugh.
Justin tried to teach me, Boots tried to teach me toe to bar because I wanted to do it RX. And so he taught me some toe to bar. I didn't love how I did in the workout, and so I texted Justin or you later.
You figured out the toast bar, right?
Yeah, so I texted you later and asked you if I could redo it. I was like, could I maybe redo this workout? And I need to learn toe to bar. And you were like, come on Saturday, Coach Samantha's gonna help you. I had torn my hands up. But I remember
your
Samantha.
first effort?
Yeah. So Samantha came up to me and was like, hey, can you help with me? I'm here to help you with toe to bar. And I was like, my hands are messed up. And she was like, oh, we can do something else. And I was like, no, it's fine. I'm getting a toe to bar. So she taught me toe to bar, did better in that redo. And then the next week was the one with the weights. But Justin had messed up my weights.
I think we skipped a weight. Like the weights went like 15 out of lightweight, 12 out of heavier, 9, 6, 3, and they went up. And you did your 12 at your 12 weight, but you did your 9 at your 6 weight.
Right.
And so, and you like struggled with those, or it was your 6 at your 3 weight. But it was like, oh crap. And you did a scale. I was like, I think if we did it right, you could finish or at least get to that last bar or whatever.
So he had texted me and was like, could you come in on Sunday and redo it? And I was like, yes, absolutely.
I can still picture the pictures we took of like 4 or 5 of you lined up.
Lined up.
It was like med ball step ups, clean and jerk. Was it just a couplet? And then it went to pistols.
Yeah, it was a couplet, but then another couplet, and with an increase of weight and something else.
Yeah, I think it was, for everybody, it was step ups and clean and jerks, and then it went to pistols and clean and jerks.
Okay.
As the weights went up. That's how I remember it.
So I redid 2 of them. I don't think I redid the last one.
This is your first open?
Yep, ever. So after the open, I don't really remember what the turning point was, but I think you were just like...
Well, you finished out the fall semester.
Right.
And I don't know if you had already taken this. I remember back in that day when we had decent slick classes, we stopped because no one signed up for it anymore. But we would offer like midway through the semester, hey, if you want to come more, pay $50 and you get a membership through November or through November and December. And then it was like and then we offered at the end of the semester during the winter break, you could pay $50 and have it.
Right. So I think you had offered me something like that, because I feel like I remember, and I don't remember if it was right after the open, but I remember starting to come a little bit more frequently.
When did we do the open party? Because I gave you Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I remember you were like, "Are you gonna come to the open party?" And I was like, "No, I don't think so." And you were like, "You have to." And but that's one of those things. Again, it's like at that point, I was like, "Oh, like he wants me to come to the open party. Like I'm for sure gonna go."
Yeah.
Like you said, like
You had
a small amount of
something.
words can make a big difference in somebody's life, especially for people that take everything like really to heart. So that got me to the open party.
It's cool because from my perspective, I'm like, yeah, she's too cool for school. Like she doesn't want to come to the open party
So cool.
on a Friday night. Like she's probably got some, but I'm like, I don't want to give her the Rookie of the Year award not at the open party. It's like, and I remember you kind of showed up late, and I was like, oh yeah, she showed up cool. Like so anyway.
Yeah. And then I really feel like it was shortly after you were like, if you want to start coming more, you can. But I don't really remember what the transition was to starting to come more. I guess the pivotal moment for me was you had texted me and you were like, are you interested in doing a comp? I got 2 girls from Logan that want to do this comp. Are you interested? And I think I was just like, yep, let's do it.
With Funk and Hay at Tecton.
Right. And so like at that point, you had showed the slightest interest in me and the slightest belief in me.
Say slight.
I wasn't slight, but it was like you
had extended an
olive you branch. Extended an offer, and I was like, I'm in.
Yeah.
Like he believes in me. Like I said, someone shows the slightest bit of like believing in me, I'm in. Like so that happened. I was in. I came in. Meeting Funk and Haley was probably the best thing for me because they helped me like really get invested in the community. And so then we started training for this thing. I started to come to class more and more, and then it kind of just like kept piling on each other, and I just kind of dove in head first. Like, and I remember another comment you had made to me that like kind of made me feel like sticking around is like you one time were like, there's a lot of talk in this gym right now, and like everyone thinks you're really tough. And to me, I was like, people are noticing me, and like they're realizing that I'm part of this community. And like, so then I was like, I'm like in. Like I want to meet everybody. I want to like, and when I'm like in something, I'm like in.
At that time,
like
were you like going to slick classes still?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I was doing slick classes still because I think I still needed.
But you guys were doing the workout of the day,
right?
So like,
yeah.
Maybe people were looking at you. I don't remember that conversation. Okay, so now you remember you're not a slick student anymore. What's from your recollection, your memory, when did you become more than a member here? What was the first phase?
I don't remember. You had told me, you were like, would you ever be interested in coaching here? And I think I said yes, and you told me to get my level 1. I probably signed up that day. Something right. Along those lines of doing that. And so.
Were you helping clean and stuff before you coached?
Not yet.
Really?
I coached first.
And when did you get your level 1?
2021, I believe. Okay. So pretty quickly from when I started.
So a lot of these, I feel like one thing, our relationship really grew when the gym shut down for COVID. And it was like, that was like, you were all in and you wanted to train. And I, 1, wanted to come in here and train still, and 2, wanted to coach. So like, I don't know if we had started doing one-on-ones at that point, but for like a year straight, probably, we were meeting weekly to like help you with your skills and stuff.
Yeah, I do remember that.
It's like we were supposed to be closed, but you would come in and train with me and Trish, or what, and I'd stay after and like help, and we just like, we had nowhere to go because everything is shut down, so we'd like chat about life. So I remember that the conversation must have come up then about coaching.
Yeah, maybe.
So that's 2020.
Yeah. So then I got my level 1, and then I went through the onboarding
just
process.
Like right from level 1 right to being trained to coach
Yeah,
here.
I think you were training me before I even had my level 1.
Did you train on the slick classes? Did we have slick
No,
classes?
I don't think so. We did have slick classes. I don't think I trained on the slick
ever
classes.
since COVID, ever since that semester of COVID, the slick classes have never really,
Picked back up.
yeah. And then we just stopped them. But
Yeah. Yeah, but then I just started coaching, and then
So then you were coaching and working at Vasa.
yeah, so I was coaching CrossFit, coaching cheer, working at
Right,
Vasa.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
was doing all 3. And
That makes more sense that you had started coaching here and you were coaching at Fusion.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember the feeling that I had is like, she needs to stop coaching at Fusion so she can coach here more or
Yeah.
be here more. And I don't remember that feeling being as like, she needs to be training more, like as an athlete. Like I love coaching athletes in terms of like, well, I love coaching in general, and if your aspirations are semifinals or whatever, then great, that becomes my aspiration as a coach. But that's never my intent.
Right.
Of like, oh, I want to get my hands on that person because they're going to the games. Like never.
Right.
But if they're like, hey, I want to go to the games, I'll be like, okay, well, this is what I think you need to do, and it's like that becomes my goal.
Right.
So that when we were talking about it earlier, I was like, I don't think it would make sense that I would want her in here training. But if you were coaching,
right.
and then
Yeah, so it's interesting when one thing, my reasoning and goals and I'm trying to think of like the right wording for this, but like have changed in coaching
Purpose?
throughout. Yeah, my purpose for coaching has changed throughout these last 5 years.
normal.
So like when I first started, and I remember you were like, I want you in here coaching more. In my head, I was like, I'm gonna be training more. So like,
that's exactly what I
right, totally
like,
opposite.
cool, I can be in the gym more.
For sure. So I was
I'm
like,
gonna get
sweet.
fitter.
I'm gonna be in the gym more. I'm gonna be a full-time athlete. Like, let's go. Like, let's do this thing. And then over the last couple of years, like that has totally shifted.
And I feel like the other side of the coin, and I don't want to like, but like you're 19, 20, like in college trying to figure it out. And so I feel like I wanted you in here, whether that was kind of coaching or athlete. And so it was like, if you coached, then I can pay you. And then you're not worried about paying so much for the membership. Like
Right.
it's kind of a win-win kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I feel like from the early days, I was like looking at ways to financially incentivize you as a coach and a human being to be here more. Because it's like, I mean, even as recent as like you leaving your job at Dr. Rob's, it's like, well, you need a job, you need X amount of dollars to
Right.
live, right? So anyway.
Yeah. So worked at Vasa. My aspirations for like ever since I was a kid was I wanted to be involved in sports in some way. So like I think I made the decision in 8th grade that I wanted to be a sports psychologist. Like,
Oh, yeah, I
and that
remember you
like
telling me
rocked
that.
with me all the way until college, until I realized like that I don't like college very much. And then I kind of had to like think, and so like, then when I got this job at a nutrition shop or a supplement shop, I was like, sweet, that's another like sports job. Like this is another like version of like, at least I'll be doing something I'm interested in. Then when I learned about CrossFit, I was so uninterested in the supplement business, like and supplements. And when people came in and asked for testosterone boosters for their 13-year-old, and I couldn't be like, you probably shouldn't. Yeah. Like I just like kind of was totally checked out of that. But it was so interesting because I started at that job when I was 19, kept going through it till, I don't know, not that long. I really was only there for like a year or something. But my body changed like completely. People were like, what are you doing? Like, you look so good. What are you doing? And I'm like, I just do CrossFit. Like, I've just been doing CrossFit. What do you take? Nothing. Like, I just do CrossFit. Like, and so it was really
Eating
cool
vegetables,
to see.
nuts and seeds,
Yeah.
a little bit of fruit, some starch, and then I try no
Exactly.
sugar. So don't take sugar.
Exactly. So I like found like my body was changing. I was changing like a lot during that time, which is kind of interesting. And like during that time, I also was like testing out supplements, trying like fat burners. Like I was kind of in like a weird place during that time. But yeah, CrossFit like really helped me figure out what is health. What am I really seeking? Because my whole life I've been health conscious. Like in 5th grade, I told myself I'd never drink soda again. I still have not, like since 5th grade. Cool. So I've always been like somewhat health conscious, and I don't know what that is, like why that came about. Maybe it's just like my like need to like want to be like this perfect person, and being healthy means that. But so it's always been, but I've never known what health is. Like I never had a definition of what that means. Like my cheer coach would be like, we got a carb load before competition day. Our routines are 2.5 minutes long, so they're not very long. But I would eat pasta with butter and cheese that night before, awesome. Morning of. Like I would just like eat, because I'm like, that's what I think that's what carb loading is. I think that's what she means. So like I wanted to be healthy. I didn't know what that meant. Yeah. So CrossFit helped me like gain understanding of like what it means to be healthy. And so then knowing at that point, I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to be healthy, and I want to help other people be healthy. And like at the end of the day, like the other things that I thought I wanted, like I wanted to work in sports because I think that athletes are amazing. At the end of the day, they're like not very healthy. Most athletes are not generally healthy people.
It's not like it's extreme. It's over the top. Yeah.
Right. And then like supplements also, like I don't necessarily think that is necessary for a healthy person. So like my perspective has changed on what I want to do. Like, okay, I want to actually teach people how to be healthy and live a life that they're proud of, and like, and that make them like love themselves and like all of those things, and live a long, happy life. So like my whole entire like perspective has shifted because of CrossFit and that.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I love hearing all that. I think it's pretty typical. The stage one of coaching CrossFit. It's like, I'm a coach. Like that means I'm tough. That means I can train more. That means I'm in the gym more. Whatever. Maybe the next level is like, that means people look up to me. Mm-hmm. That means I should walk the walk, talk the talk, take some personal accountability. Then for a lot of people it kind of ends at phase 1 or 2, but then the whole other doors open of like impacting people.
Right.
Like having a change.
For sure.
Being aware of what you say, how you say it, how you interact with people. I mean, everything. And people, a similar journey of mine, obviously it changed not logistically, that's not the right word, but like matter of factly, I'm still looking for the right word. When I took over ownership, it was like, okay, this is my profession. This is my job. I want to treat coaching like that. So that gave me the nudge to dive into it. But it's been, over the years, it's just been really refreshing and helpful for our community at large to have people like you, Trish, Samantha, who don't just see it as something that they're doing, like not just a thing that they got to do once a week, right? So, and that's bled down. I mean, like I say you three mostly because the four of us are kind of making day-to-day decisions in here, but it's like even people like Garrett and Ricky that coach a couple classes a week are phenomenal coaches, right, and take it serious as a heart attack, right? And so I'm proud of that, and like so lucky, so grateful to have people like that. And a culture doesn't get built like that without more than just one person trying to tell people to give a shit. Like it's contagious.
Right.
One of our coaches shows up and does an awesome job. We're like, oh damn, I need to pick up my shit. Like not in a competitive aspect, but that was how you should coach.
For sure.
The rope climb. Like I'm gonna do it that way next time.
It's interesting, and like you said, it's not in a competitive manner, but when someone's like, oh, I love Samantha's class, those are my favorite classes, I'm like, I want to be your favorite
Yeah,
class. Like, and it's not a competitive way. It's more like, I want to be like Samantha. Like, I
Yeah,
look up
for
to
sure.
all of the coaches so much here. So it's really cool. One thing I also wanted to say is another thing that like kind of motivated me to want to be a coach is like, I wanted to be so involved in this community. Like, I didn't want to just be a member that came in and like then left. I like, when you asked me to be a coach, I was like, this is another opportunity for me to be in deeper. Like, if I'm in with the coaches, I'm in that community as well as this community. Like, I just wanted, and just like anything that I get obsessed with, I want to be like all in any way I can be, right? Like, so that was another like motivator, and that's just kind of like my personality as well. Like,
And
I
it's-
want to be all in.
It's a whole nother level, like being a coach in our community. And there's a lot of good that comes from it, but it is kind of a double-edged sword because you see, the more you do, the more like frustrations you see or realities you see of what this business looks like. Like kind of getting burnt by clients, or like not that there's people out there like mistreating, but it's a hard industry, and fitness is hard. Like as a person, like I mean, isn't that what I said to you after this workout? I'm like,
Yeah,
fitness
fitness
shit
is hard.
right? So it's like it's challenging, and the more I feel like the more you put yourself into it, the more challenges you're gonna get.
Right,
out.
for
So,
sure.
I feel like we could definitely go deeper into your journey here at Salty Hive. I want to acknowledge like the most recent development of you being here full time and helping out, and how that came about. So it's like I remember your eagerness and willingness from day one of coaching, being a major reason to like there were, and I can't think of anything specifically, but there were times where it's like I kind of came up with a role or a job or something to like, because it's like you were ready to do it and wanting to do it. I mean, this podcast is the most recent example, right? Like of you being like, let's get on a podcast, let's share stories, let's do this thing, and kind of taking it by the horns. So anyway, over the years of you coaching, you also, the people that don't know, help keep this gym clean. So you clean the entire gym twice a week. You help stock everything. You keep inventory of everything. And those are like, oh yeah, like counting the element cans. Like those seem trivial, but at the end of the day, like those things are so important for keeping this place organized and ran smoothly. And when like the little things are taken care of, we can focus on the big things of like being really good coaches and running a really good community. So
For sure.
those things, I think a lot of what you do here goes unseen. And I think those people that have been around and have their ears open like know that you do help out, but it's really hard to articulate what those little things mean for the bigger picture. So anyway, it was growing. You're at the time. So coach, you started taking what have we called it before? The manager of our custodial. So you take over
Custodial management.
Yeah, you're our CEO of custodial our chief custodial officer.
Yeah, something like that.
CCO. And so you just kind of taken on more, coached more. The few times that we've like cleared out the schedule and changed it, it's like I've sat down with you, and again, I'm gonna put Samantha in that boat. It's like, okay, you are coaching 5 classes now. Do you want less? Do you want more? When can you? And you guys have always said, I want more. I want to do more. I want to do more, right? So there's only 7 classes in a day, right? And we have 10 coaches. Not all 10 want to coach every single day, but that's just kind of the reality. And so a couple months ago, well, prior to that, you started taking on private clients, so doing one-on-ones. You got your nutrition coaching certification, started nutrition coaching clients, and you, at the time, Tuesdays and Fridays were the days you weren't at Dr. Rob's.
Right.
And so I just kind of noticed that you were like mostly here from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Yeah,
Like,
it was a pretty busy
come
day.
come and go
It was a busy
occasionally,
day.
but most of your days, Tuesdays and Fridays, were like chock full. So I actually had a friend. Gosh, it's getting worse.
The water break did not help.
I had a conversation with a friend just about the business, this whole thing, and I said to him, he knows who he is, I said, if it ever gets to the point or Liv moves on from Salty Hive CrossFit and I didn't give her an opportunity to be here full time, I will look back on that and feel like I failed as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. I feel like she's special enough where that opportunity should present itself. And that just kind of came out, and never really like saying that to somebody. And that conversation, this was a weekend, and that conversation kind of stuck with me throughout the week. And I think it was a Friday. It was either Thursday or Friday. And I just called you and was like, yo, where are you at with things? You got a handful of nutrition clients, handful of private clients, you're coaching more classes, you're helping with this. Like, how close are you financially to being able to leave Dr. Rob's? And you're like, oh, it's funny that you ask, because I actually talked to Josh about that the other night, and I think that I'm actually pretty close. Like, it's obviously going to be a little bit of a risk. It's like, who knows what it's going to look like, but it's pretty close. And I said, well, I think I'm in the position to open that door for you when you're ready. And I was like, but there's no rush. So like, if you got to figure out some things and this or that, like talk to Dr. Rob, talk to Josh, like look at your budget, like whatever. I also said, I will not and cannot like guarantee X amount of thousands of dollars every month. Mm-hmm. Like you're going to have to help me grow this pie. Like, I'm not going to cut out of my slice or Trisha's slice or Samantha's slice or anybody else's slice to give you more. Like, we just got to grow this whole thing to give you more opportunity. Mm-hmm. And about 2.5 hours later, you text me and said, I talked to Rob. I can be with you full time as of May 1st. And that was like 2.5 weeks later. I'm like, Trish. And so anyway, that I feel like that's a good. I obviously want you to. I want to give you a chance to respond, but from the like everything you said about like going all in with things, being passionate, wanting to help people, and then like from day one, like the open sign up thing, it's like that personality, those characteristics have carried you, and what I believe in and I try to do, like nobody's perfect, but it's like I feel like I want to create a place where if people want opportunity, like they can find it. Mm-hmm. And it's not about just saying you want to coach or saying you want to help, but saying you want to and then doing the thing and then going above and beyond and then asking for more and just like repeat, put that thing on repeat. So I feel like people from within or like a little bit outside might kind of look and be like, not understand what's led you to have the opportunity to be here full time. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not just how fast you can do Fran or you helping clean the floors occasionally or you getting your level 3. Like, it is a deep culmination of all those things.
Right. So I'm gonna just retell the story from my perspective. But it was the like
full-time thing.
Yeah. So it's funny because at the very beginning of the year, me and Josh sit down and we like write out our goals kind of for the year. And one of my goals.
That's the vision board thing.
That's the vision. Yeah,
When
there it comes again.
When you said, I used to do vision boards, I was going to be like, you still do.
I still do vision
They're good.
boards. They are good.
It's a good thing.
I really do think they are good because I think no matter if you believe in the law of attraction or not, but you're bringing those things into like existence and you're thinking of them. And like, so we're writing down our goals and I was like, my goal has always been like, I want to be full-time Salty Hive. But at the end of the day, I was like, I just don't know if that's possible. Like, I want to be.
Neither did
yeah,
I, right? Like,
right. So
even
like,
when I took over ownership in 2019, I still had another job.
Yeah. So it's like, I was like, I just don't know if it's possible. So Josh was like, maybe we start like small. And he was like, let's get to the point where like you can quit one day of Dr. Rob's. And I was like, that's great because I've been wanting, not that I hated Dr. Rob's, but I've been ready to kind of move on for quite a while at the point I was in. So, because like the year before, I think my goal was I wanted to quit Dr. Rob's, whether that was finding another job or whatever that looked like. But I remember I was job searching and I was like, why would I quit Dr. Rob's when I don't hate it here? It gives me an opportunity to work with people, to go to a job that I could probably am going to hate. Right? When at the end of the day, I don't want another job. I just want to work at Salty Hive. Like me going and looking for another job is counterproductive. It's not going to make it so I can be at the gym more. Dr. Rob gave me the best opportunity to be at the gym. So we kind of had that discussion, and then January 1st hit, we were talking again, and he was like, well, we decided like, okay, let's try to get to a point where I can quit one day at a time. And so we were kind of working towards, or I was like working towards figuring out how I could do that. And I was getting to the point.
Did you have your nutrition cert at this time?
I think I was close,
okay.
At least close. I don't know if I had it. I can't remember. But so I did. I did have it. So I was getting more clients, and at that point I was like, I could quit a day. I definitely could quit a day because my Tuesdays were so busy. Yeah. I was here from 5 till 4. 5 a.m. till 4 p.m. till the next class, and Fridays were really busy too. Pretty much that same time.
And at that time, so your client list is filling up, and those are the only 2 days that you're not at Dr. Rob's office, and you're cleaning and stocking.
Right.
Days.
So I'm doing everything those 2 days.
You're coaching classes.
Yep. Coaching classes.
3 on each, or no, the morning.
2 and 3.
Yeah.
Cleaning, which takes big chunk of time,
hours, yeah.
And then nutrition clients and one-on-one clients had to be just like puzzled in there.
Stacked in.
Yeah, it was literally like, okay, I have a nutrition client here, I'll do a little cleaning right after, and then I have another person, and then I'll clean a little bit more. Like it was so puzzle pieced together. But I was like, so that at the beginning of the year, that was my goal, was to slowly quit Dr. Rob's.
So when you said, I think I can quit a day, were you thinking that financially, or like, hey, I have enough demand where I could take some of these clients and put them on a different day, or a little bit of both. So then you were like, can you call me when you get a chance? I'm like, sure. So I called you. That's always a good text that coaches get from me.
It's, yeah, sometimes.
I know, I'm being facetious. I feel like
I was like, this was not the call I had expected. I don't know what I expected.
Some anxiety.
But yeah, so I called you on my lunch break. I'm like outside, like walking the perimeter of my backyard, and you're like, this is how I remember the conversation. What does it look like for you to be full time here? And I was like, I don't know. Let's do it. Like, yeah. I don't care what it looks like. Like, let's figure it out. Like, this is crazy, because like at that moment I was like, the
vision board works.
Yeah, exactly. I was really like, is this real? Like, this is what I've wanted. Like, this can't be real. Like, this is crazy talk. And so, like, we had got off the phone.
You seemed super calm and cool about it.
Oh, I was not.
And to the point where when you're like, well, yeah, we've actually kind of been talking about that. And to the, not like in a diminishing way, but almost to the point where it was like, yeah, I just kind of been waiting for you to ask, because like I'm ready to go, or like, yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
yeah, well,
you seem to just
my
kind of
heart
roll
was
with it.
beating 1,000
You like
beats a
rolled
minute.
with it super smooth.
And so
I could tell you were excited.
Uh-huh.
But it was just like, yeah, like I think we can figure it out.
Right. I think really when you said it, it was me like, what do I do? Like, I now have to quit a job, which I don't like confrontation. Like, that doesn't sound fun for me. And I got to figure out all these
loyal,
things.
if
Right.
That's not a theme,
I am loyal.
If that's not a theme that people have picked up for the last hour and a half, it's like that. And it can be hard when you're passionate and loyal.
Right. For sure. Yeah. Like with Dr. Rob, I feel like I had a relationship with Dr. Rob. Like at the end of the day, I didn't want to leave him hanging. I gave him a month in advance. Like that's not normal. And but with other jobs, like my nutrition shop job, I'm like, peace out. Yeah. Like I had no relationship there. So like when I have an investment in someone or something, it's a lot different. So once you called me, I went back to I texted Josh. I'm like, guess what Justin just said to me? And so we were kind of talking about it. And I went right up to Dr. Rob and was like, hey, Justin just called me and he wants me to go full time. How much time do you need to find somebody new? And he was like, oh, like that sounds great. Like I'm really happy for you. How long can you give me? And I was like, what if I give you like a month? Like, 'cause to me that seems like enough time.
Yeah.
It seems like plenty, really.
At Dr. Rob's, he's the only chiropractor at his practice. One office, one chiropractor, one assistant.
Exactly. So we were the only two that worked in the building or in his office.
Bare bones.
Yeah.
Practice.
Yeah. So it's not like he just has a backup waiting.
Yeah, he's awesome. Not a backup assistant, not a backup doctor.
Right.
If he's gone, you're not
It's
being
closed,
seen.
for sure. Yeah. So I said it to him immediately. I got home and then Josh was very supportive and excited for me, and so that just made it even more exciting. And at the end of the day, people were like, what does that look like? And I was like, I don't know. We're just going to figure it out.
Like friends you were telling?
Yeah, my Josh, my mom, anybody, or even people here,
Coaches,
so what does that look like? I'm like, honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I was telling everyone, at the end of the day, I trust Justin. I was like, he's not trying to screw me over. He's not trying to get me here and not pay me. I trust him to take care of me at the end of the day. I was like, no matter what that looks like, we're going to figure this out. But I feel like we have a good enough relationship and you've helped me with so much throughout the years. I'm like, I trust him fully to we're going to figure this out together. So I'm going to let it kind of just happen. That's kind of been my my way through. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't, like I told you, I don't know what that looks like or how that's going to work, but I was confident. What I kept telling people is Liv's the type of person that you give her and she's going to take a mile, and her being in here more will undoubtedly help better this place, grow this place, whatever that looks like. And so, and I think it has. And I think that it's added a level of professionalism, accountability, kind of the coach ego thing we were talking about of everybody wanting to do more, right? Everyone kind of stepping up to the plate, being better versions of them, even if that's just coaching, just filling in every now and again and coaching when people are out of town. It's from you who's full-time all the way down to the coach that has coached 2 classes so far. I think the culture we have with the coaches, crew, circle is contagious, and it's people are proud and people want to do the best they can.
Right.
So
yeah, it's been an interesting transition. The first month, there was a couple days where I was doing nothing, and I'm like, I'm gonna go crazy, because I like to do stuff. So there is times still when I'm I'm a little not sure what to do. I'm not sure where my place is or anything like that. But I feel we've only been doing this for a couple months, but I get a little bit more comfortable every single time, and I finally am feeling okay, I have a career now. This can build to a career, which is crazy because I've never been in that position. So it's it's kind of cool that rather than being given a career, I get to build mine.
Yeah.
Like, so that's kind of where I'm at, and it's kind of it's
yeah.
kind of fun, kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it's referred to as intrapreneurship. So like you take an existing business and you basically build a demand for yourself, right? And that's kind of, I mean, the extent of my business understanding is nothing official, and it's like I kind of always go back to CrossFit. I will also say leadership, organizational things I learned most being a part of my fraternity in college. Like I tell my fraternity brothers all the time, it's like the gym is like the sig house. It's just like, it's not covered in beer, it's covered in sweat. And it's like I'm just trying to lead a community in the right direction and like give people roles and like, and so anyway, I was the president of my fraternity. But Greg Glassman, founder of CrossFit, said successful business is not about making money. It's about creating unique, I can never find the exact words. It's about creating uniquely attractive opportunities for individuals. And I remember thinking that it's like, this thing is not about me, and it's not about me coaching every class. It's my job to get this place to a place that it's sustained, and then create opportunities for other people that want to be a part of it, right? And so that's been motivating for me personally as a business owner, just in a different light. And it's not just like, okay, how me, Trish, us, and it's just like a we, a salty Hive thing. Philip Britt gave me feedback like early on. We were on the lift at Brighton, and he says, when you post, don't write I had so much fun during Hero Week. I loved everybody's. It's we. You're a brand, you're a thing, it's not about you. And I honestly at that time was like, what the F is he talking about? It is about, like, it's me, bro. I'm doing everything.
Right.
You know, like, but for some reason that's stuck. And even as every email I write, every text that I write back to members, every post that I write, and it's evolved and it's gotten there. I think Philip had an understanding of business and branding way more than I did at the time. And so I've gotten to that point of like, yeah, we will see you tomorrow morning. Like,
right.
You know, so anyway.
Yeah. Very cool.
We will see you on the next episode. Maybe Live 2.0.
Thanks, guys. Sorry that was so long. Goody. Got active piece so bad. Keep it rolling. I'll show you guys my belly button.
Your belly button.